Alright, I'm going to show you how to install this little display here into the MC505. This one's got a bad display, so we're going to pop this one in, and I'll show you how to do it. So I'm assuming that you know how to get the back panel off. There's only 10 screws that hold that together, up here, here, and then there's one on each side. Next we need to take out this board here, and it's pretty easy. There's 3 screws right here that we'll need to undo. And then on the back there's a few screws here that we'll need to undo as well. Try to keep all the screws together because there is 2 different types of screws for the back. You'll have to take out all these nuts as well for all the jacks. I've already pre-loosened these. Okay, and now we'll have to unhook all these cables that connect to this board. So let's start over here. Just pull up on these little tabs here and pull it out. Pretty simple. So every cable that attaches to this board needs to be unattached. If you want, you can use a little screwdriver to give you a little leverage to get these out, because sometimes they can be a pain. And there we go. And this board is ready to come out. It is attached here. You can use something to cut that off. I just have scissors handy. That'll work. Okay, and this board's ready for removal. So now we can get access to the actual display that we're going to be removing and replacing it with this one. What you got to do here is flip over your 505, and I have a little razor blade here, a little screwdriver that will help get this top panel off. So let's start. You can just carefully use a razor blade and pop it underneath there. Start at a corner usually, and then use your screwdriver to kind of jimmy it up. There's double-sided tape that holds it in and can be a little tricky to get up. And there we go. Alright. You can either clean off all this adhesive here, or I just reuse it and just dab a little piece of glue when I'm done. It seems to work every single time. So now we can get to the actual display here. So what you're going to need to do is use a little smaller screwdriver and get these 4 screws out. Alright, so now the display is ready for removal. And that's out. So this is the bad one here, and this one is going to go there. Now, as we can see, it doesn't exactly fit. It's a little off. So what we're going to need to do is modify the LCD chassis here. And what we're going to do to modify it is, can you zoom in a little bit right there? All right. So we're going to remove this little tab here. I got these little metal cutting nibblers that work perfect for stuff like this. You could use a Dremel. You just got to be really careful using the Dremel. The nibblers are going to take a while if you use nibblers. Last little piece there. It's pretty close. You want it as flat as possible right there. And now on this side, we're going to have to cut away a lot more. What I like to do is usually mark about where I'm going to cut. And I say it's probably about 1 centimeter or 2 above this little curve here. And just you're going to want to make a straight line across to cut, and you can use anything flat. I got a razor blade right here that will work. And you're going to probably want to cut it, like I said, about 1 centimeter or 2 below this hole. Okay, and then down here you're going to want to cut straight across. Probably about 1 centimeter, 2 centimeters above the bottom hole. And you're going to cut all the way to the edge of this chassis here. Right here. So we're going to remove this whole entire piece right here. Like I said, it's a little faster with a Dremel. I'm just using a nibbler to show that it can be done. It's pretty time consuming with the nibbler. I can cut it with the Dremel in about 5 to 10 minutes. You just got to be really careful, because the dust and the sparks will fly everywhere and will get in your faders and everything. So let's start nibbling.